Well, that's a wrap on the gym. As you can see, a lot of my workout is not your typical machines, bicep and tricep curls. I've done all that. I still do that stuff. It's great, but I started having back pain several years ago and went to go see an athletic trainer, and he showed me a lot of those movements that I was doing today, like the Turkish get up and just some shoulder stuff, stability stuff, like with the foam roller, where you saw me lifting one arm up at a time. And then obviously a lot of core, like the bird dogs. It kind of looks awkward, but they're so good for your core and balance, and just for what we do is doing detailing. Man, that stuff is really important and just helps your body overall to warm up and function better. So I would highly recommend, if you guys are having back pain or trying to mitigate any kind of back pain, to start incorporating some of those movements into your workouts. And I think hopefully it should help. So I'm gonna head home, get changed, get something to eat real quick, and we're heading over to the tent shop to start the day. All right, breakfast is not that whole thing, I promise. I'm just gonna have part of this section, some Greek yogurt, vanilla, the banana, cinnamon, and a little bit of granola, and then my multivitamin, fish oil, scoop of creatine. There's one of today's jobs, that Infinity QX80. Morning.
Morning.
The Atlas just pulled up too, so I think we're gonna end up doing 5% on the QX50,
Okay.
or QX80,
Okay.
and on the sides, and I just asked them about the windshield, so they're still thinking about that. And then the Volkswagen Atlas is getting 15% on the sides and 35 windshield. Chris,
Good.
how are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Are we? So we're gonna be doing 15% on the side windows, and then
Let's, what are the front options? Like 35 and 50, right?
yep.
Let's do 35 on the front. And then, 15 on the back.
Okay, 15 on all the side
All the
windows.
way around, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna start on the Infinity, doing 5% on the side windows and 50% on the windshield, all ceramic tint. And then we're gonna be doing 15% on the side windows, bring the back down to 5 or 15. So we'll put probably a 50% film on that, and then 35% on the windshield. So these are our two tint jobs today. This one is $5.99. I gave them a pretty good deal. And then the Volkswagen Atlas is $5.99 as well. So it's about a $1,200 a day. Honestly, this Infinity probably should end up being a little bit more. But I know these people really well, and I like to take care of them. So sometimes you give a discount to returning customers. Let's see what these are metering at. 22. $78.5. Some of these cars have these cameras up here, and if you tint the windshield, it can interfere with it. So we're checking to see if that's going to be a problem. The customer actually had asked us about it. I'm not 100% sure, but we're looking it up. Well, while we're doing these window tint jobs here at the tint shop, I know Austin's working on a boat for one of our largest clients, and so I know he's going to do a little check-ins. Let's see what he's up to.
Good morning. It's 7:30 in the morning. Doing this boat inside and out. It's a boat for Bass Pro. We usually do them randomly. Sometimes multiple boats a week, sometimes one boat a month. But usually it's pretty quick. Takes us about an hour and a half or so. These boats are pretty clean. They're brand new. They've never been used. At least 90% of them have never been used on the water. So biggest thing is just getting all the dust off and tire shine, make them look presentable for pictures. So anyways, let's get into it, see how long it takes, and I'll catch up with you guys whenever we finish. Just finished up with this boat. It is 8:44, so about an hour and 45 minutes it took me to do it by myself. Anyways, something like this usually cost about $450 for a size like this. Bass boat's about 400, so pretty good. Not bad for a morning. And so I will keep you guys posted when we pick up the next car. I'm gonna be heading there here in just a few minutes. Just made it to the second house. We're picking up this TRX. We do these clients probably weekly. They have a few different cars. We just got done. Hopefully the quality is not terrible, but we just got done polishing and ceramic coating this car. So Bentley black paint is like one of the hardest paints to make look like perfect, let alone super good, especially when you take it out in the sun. But it looks a ton better than what it did. Super scratched, super swirled. The old owner, I think, took it through a car wash and stuff like that. But you can't really see quality of paint without a headlight. But anyways, let's get started on this one. We're taking it back to the shop and doing a full detail on it. So yeah, keep you posted.
Well, while Chris does the windshield tint, I'm gonna go ahead and call a few lead forms. I've got 3 ceramic coating lead forms that I need to give a call to. So I'm gonna go ahead and call those people right now. Hey Nick, this is Josh with Belk Detailing.
I took off some fender flares on the side of this truck, and there was like a slight line where they were, and I buffed it. I've, done the stuff from the Walmart. I didn't want to get too deep into the paint because I don't want to mess up the clear coat, but they're still there. So I don't know if the ceramic coat will fix that when you guys do the paint correction on it, or I'll actually have to go to Mako and get it redone. So I'm not really sure what direction I need to go.
Yeah, so you might be able to send me a photo and I could take a look, and I might be able to tell you from a photo. I may also want to see it in person though, just to tell you for sure. So if you would be able to bring it by sometime, I could definitely take a look at it and even do a little test spot on it.
Yeah, I can actually bring it. What time do you guys close today?
Oh, we should probably be working till about 5 or so.
Okay, yeah, I can bring it by this afternoon and let you guys see and see what you guys would be able to do, if anything.
Awesome. All right, next guy's got a 2025 F-250 Lariat. Hey John, this is Josh with Belk Detailing.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. So did you just get this truck, or have you had it for a little while?
Oh, I just got it, the 11.
Is it brand new?
Yes, it's brand new. I just saw the ads, and you know what sold me, to be quite frank with you. I don't know if that's I believe it's, you guys are sincere, that's a real customer, but when you said, I want to protect my investment.
Yeah.
That's an impeccable statement that guys like me go, I just spent $91,000 on a truck. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's crazy how expensive vehicles are nowadays, man. How do you usually care for your vehicles? Like, as far as washing goes, do you have like a membership at the car wash, or do you?
Yeah, I just go to there, whatever it's called, but I can't take the truck through there because there's nothing but that thing about people driving trucks, big trucks like this through there.
Yeah. So what's your plan for this one as far as maintenance goes on it? So we've got a few different plans. I usually ask every single person, first and foremost, if they plan on keeping the vehicle outside.
Yep, I have no choice. It wouldn't fit in this little garage. That's why the BMW is in the garage.
Okay, so this is what I would recommend to you. You can pick either one of any of our 3 ceramic coating packages we've got. They're all great, but I usually recommend our hydrophilic coating for people leaving their vehicles outside. And the reason why is because it's actually going to be more resistant against water spotting. And so from some of the vehicles we see that come back in for a maintenance wash, if the customer's leaving the vehicle outside and it's not getting washed for an extended period of time, even if you're not driving it, in those summer months, the water will beat up on the paint, and then the sun will bake it in, and that's why we usually recommend more of the
BMW, and I had to take it in. Go ahead.
That's why we usually just recommend more of the hydrophilic coatings. Looking at my schedule, I think I could do Tuesday the 28th of October.
Oh, okay, that's not that far out. I was thinking somewhere in November. Let me look. So we're talking about, about 12 days then.
Yep.
All right, let me look at my calendar. My phone should closed. Make sure I don't have any appointments on that day. That's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay.
You want to put you down for that day?
Yes, please.
Now, the only thing that we do require for these coating jobs is a $100 deposit just to hold the slot. And
Okay.
well, just book that guy for a $2,000 coating job, and maybe some window tint added on there as well. We'll see. He hasn't paid his deposit yet, so not 100% sure on it, but seems promising. So I've got one more lead I got to follow up with.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Continental Siding. Sorry I missed your phone call. Please leave a detailed message with your phone number, and I will definitely get back to you. Thank you.
Hey Jared, it's Josh with Belk Detailing. Just following up with you again on the wife's car, and wanted to get just see if we can get something on the schedule for that, or if you had any more questions. But just give me a call or shoot me a text back. My number's 417. That guy called me back. The guy that I had reached out to didn't ever answer the phone, but he called me back just now, and so I got him booked for a $500 full detail on his Jeep next week for Blake. Chris is finishing up doing the window tint on the Infinity. Looks like the windshield is done, and back glass is done. 5%. We put 20% over it because it was metering at 22, so 20% on top of it is going to get us as close as 5 as possible. 50 on the windshield. We'll put 5% on those front two, and then yeah, it'll be good to go. So probably about another maybe hour or so on this one, maybe not quite, but it's getting close to being done. I've got a meeting with our insurance agent here at 11:30. We've got to go over one of our policies, so I'm gonna go get ready to head out to that and meet Austin there. Okay, so I wanted to just give you a little bit of an update on the 3 ceramic coating lead forms that I talked to today. One of the guys was interested in a ceramic coating, but after asking some questions, I realized that he really wasn't a good ceramic coating customer. He takes his car through the car wash. In fact, that's actually how he saw us, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about, which is how these guys found us. So yeah, that guy, he's a member at the car wash where our shop's located, and filled out a form from an ad, from a Facebook ad that was a ceramic coating ad. But his wife's anniversary was coming up, and he wanted to get her something special. And so, he was asking a lot of questions just about like the difference between like a paste wax versus like the paint correction. And it sounded like it was just out of his budget to spend the money on a paint correction. So I quoted him like $700, I think, for like a 1-step for just doing the outside. But we ended up deciding on doing a full detail. And he kind of boxed me in at like $500, which is kind of frustrating. He's like, I'll do the $500 full detail. And I was like, all right, well, whenever you drop off, Blake's going to take a look at it and inspect it, and he'll let you know if there's anything that it doesn't sound like there's going to be anything, but he's going to let you know if there is any surprises. And I'm just going to have to let Blake know, like, you got to put your foot down. This is something that I've been telling all the guys. You got to put your foot down if a customer drops off and it's just trashed. It's like, hey man, this is a lot worse than I think what we expected and what you explained over the phone. So like, you remember that part when Josh said, I'm gonna have to take a look at it and let you know if there's any surprises? Well, this is one of those surprises. It's gonna take us a lot longer than what we expected. So therefore, this is what we can do. We can just do the interior for this price, or we can do our best for the price range. But it's always tricky when someone's buying a detail for their significant other, because you know, they might be fine with it, whoever's paying for it, the husband, but then, you know, the partner ends up not being happy with it. And of course, you're not going to tell your partner like, yeah, I had to cheap out on it because I didn't want to spend the full price. Like, yeah, they had to cut some corners, you know, it just sucks. So we're still learning how to deal with that, but definitely making sure to tell people like, hey, I need to take one final look at it before I tell you anything final, and I'll do a final inspection, and I'll let you know if there's anything that jumps out to me, any surprises, and we'll confirm the price. And then the other two guys, one guy, he just got this brand new 2025 F-250, and I guess he had actually seen our ad as well, and then went to our website and was like, I really liked that customer testimonial video where he was saying, I want to protect my investment, man, that's good. And like on your website, like I could just tell like all the processes that you guys do before you put the coating on. It was really good. And like you could tell he was like referencing back to things that he had seen from videos and just wording on our website, which is always really cool to see. So again, I don't know if that guy's gonna end up booking. That's why we take a $100 deposit. He said he's gonna call me back later when he's in front of his credit card. We'll see. He sounds really interesting. It sounds really promising. Could end up being a $2,000 ceramic coating job, maybe even a little bit more when we add the window tint. Because he's talked about maybe adding some like 70% window tint, just something really, really light to add some UV protection. But yeah, you know, just spending $90,000 on a truck, and it's like, hey, I want to protect it. So totally get that. But then the other guy that was interested in a ceramic coating, he's going to come by the shop here later this afternoon, and we're just going to kind of take a look at his vehicle. It really sounded like he just wanted some paint correction work done kind of around the fender flares where he did have the fender flares, and he took those off. And so we'll take a look at that and do a little test spot. But, you know, I always like to invite those guys by the shop. They may not even end up needing a ceramic coating. He may just need a paint correction, maybe even just on those spots. So we'll take a look at that later and see. But I'm getting ready to meet with our insurance agent. I got to pick up a few things here for my mom's house. And yeah, check in here in a second. I know that Blake's been working on a few things this morning, so let's check in with him and see what he's got going on.
Sergey and I's first job of the day is a mobile maintenance wash before we come back here and start working on this thing. Chris tinted it yesterday, at least most of it. I think he's still got to do the brow on the windshield here. And I think he's PPFing the door jambs, but there might be something on them already. So we'll figure that out. We are at our first job, maintenance wash. No bugs. Super clean. We were here 3 months ago, and it stays in the garage, and he doesn't drive a whole lot. When he does drive, it's during the day. Even the wheels, super clean. Looks like there's still tire shine on them.
What's up, man? How are you? Good. How are you? Good. You want to get a quick bite? Sure. Yeah. Awesome. He's on his way. Okay. So there's all your stuff. Appreciate you. Well, meeting with insurance is finished up. Had to get some just final information for our disability policy. On one of the podcasts I did recently, I was talking about the importance of, gosh, I think my freaking audio is going to come on my truck. I hate when it does this. Every single time the audio just turns on, it seems to always go to my podcast for some reason.
To build up that cash.
There it is.
In fact, I think
I don't know why it does that. I guess I've been sending people my
anyone out
podcast
there,
links.
whether it's your personal financial situation or in your business, is to have like an emergency fund, right?
Right. Okay. There it goes. So yeah, anyway, I talked about it on the podcast, getting disability insurance. I really do think that it's important to have, because if you get hurt on the job, even away from the job, you're going to be out of, you know, all of that income. You are your business, right? Like, you don't have someone else that's got workers' comp on you. So your disability insurance, which is usually like $700 a month, or $700 a year rather, not a month. So what is that, like $60 a month? It's going to cover you for your entire salary, you know, $6,000, whatever it is per month that you're paying yourself. So $60 to cover you for $6,000. That seems worth it, and it covers you for all injury, you know, personal at home stuff. You go to the lake and you hurt yourself, and it covers you for your lost income. So we were kind of getting that all ironed out, getting some workers' comp stuff ironed out. Our insurance is going to be going up significantly. It sucks, especially going into a little bit of a slower time of year, but we need to have it. And we're getting to that point where we're legally required to have workers' compensation insurance. And then just our old policy just wasn't covered. And man, it sucks that we weren't covered for so long. We thought we were. We just had a really bad agent that didn't understand business insurance, wasn't set up to cover us for business insurance. And so he told us things that were just totally not true. So anyway, this is hilarious. I'm going to the tint shop right now, and I know the people that are going there, and I'm across town. I'm still like 15 minutes away, and their car is right in front of me. So I'm just gonna follow these people there, and we're gonna be meeting them at the tint shop to pick up that Infinity. Well, I thought I was following these people that's picking up the Infinity. I think I was. I think that they just maybe went to lunch. I told them 1. It's 12:30 now. I think they might have like gone to lunch somewhere and veered off. Gave me a little bit of time, but the Infinity it's done. It's out front. Well, here's what the final result looks like. 5% on the back or on the side windows, and then 50 on the windshield. This thing looks really good. That Geo Shield's got a nice hue. I think it matches very well on this. Well, I mean, it might be one of those things, especially since I know these people, where we just let them know to keep an eye on it for 2 weeks, and then if for some reason it doesn't go away, then we can come.
Definitely, I'd be like, hey,
come
your
and redo
windshield's
it.
like pretty splotchy, you know, and it's gonna be like that for a day or two. If you see anything weird, if something bothers you after a couple of weeks, let us know.
Yeah.
You know, but just be like, you know, that's part of it, and obviously if there's a problem, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, that sounds good. So there's a few little specks on the windshield that we tried to chisel out, and I guess whenever you chisel out stuff, especially when the film is still, gosh, there's a fly in here. I hate that. I bought a fly swatter for the detail shop for this very reason. But I guess when you chisel stuff out, it can kind of leave ghost marks, and it just looks like almost like a little bit of the soap or even some of the adhesive sometimes that kind of gets smeared around. So I'll show you guys kind of what he's talking about. There's some of, I think, what that ghosting is. It's like right there. There's a little bit more up here. A lot of that, all that really should go away. But I think this is what Chris is referring to. So, like he was explaining, we'll probably just, you know, let the customer know that if any of that stuff lingers and doesn't go away after 2 days, a few weeks, then, you know, we'll take a look at it. But a lot of that stuff will probably go away. So this is just part of window tinting, you know, and setting those expectations that you kind of have to know how to talk and understand just what will and won't go away. And sometimes, like, we're not 100% sure, so you just have to kind of have to tell the people, like, hey, you know, there's another spot here. It's kind of hard to see. Sometimes you have to tell the people, like, here it is. Well, hey, some of these things you're seeing in the film should go away. If they don't, you let us know.
We're back at the shop now after washing Mark's car. It took us about an hour, even with drive time. We charged him $120 for the wash. If you were to book today, it would be $150. But he's been a client for a long time and super, super easy to work with. He is flexible on the scheduling. If it rains, it's no big deal. Just get out there when you can. He's never in a rush. His car is always clean. It's ready to go. It's parked in the driveway. It's in the shade. So for clients like that, we don't worry too much about raising the price on them, even when we raise the price for new customers. We may eventually raise our prices again. I'll have a conversation with him, but his car is also ceramic coated and there's no bugs on it. The interior is so clean. So there's no reason to raise the price on him. Hourly is still good. It's not great, but hourly is still good. He pays cash, tips cash. So for a client like that, we kind of like to show appreciation in a way by not trying to nickel and dime them, because they make our jobs easier too, and it's always refreshing to see that guy. Sergey's getting started on the interior, getting all the cracks and crevices. I'm gonna steam and shampoo everything, and we've already got the engine bay wiped down. On these cars, it's a little bit harder because you can see that's all like wear and tear, missing paint. So don't really know what the customer's expecting, but we spent an hour wiping everything down, and I mean, it's clean, but just like the interior, a lot of stuff gets damaged. Like this gear shifter, the steering wheel. It makes these old cars a lot harder to detail. You have to be so careful with everything. We're not going to use any heavy degreasers on the plastics or steam on the plastics, really, if we can avoid it. The only thing we're using steam for is the seats here and the carpets. Just got done washing and decontaminating the Supra. Jared is working on removing some old PPF. Sergey's wiping down the door jambs. And we're just about ready to polish.
Just finished up the truck. It's like 1:30 or something like that.
Still working on the scratch over here. This went bad.
Blake's polishing up the Supra. Two-step paint correction. You know what we do? We do everything.
We ran into our first problem. Pulling the PPF up here, as you can see, the paint's coming with it a little bit. This is the first time that we've ever had this happen, but it's definitely a possibility on these older cars. So we're gonna give the client a call and go from there.
What do you think, man? What are you dressed up so nice for? This is our tint shop. I mean, we'll probably end up.
Well, I've been working on a little bit of our standard operating procedures just for reaching out to clients that I've booked an appointment, just trying to really iron out what we want to say and trying to just prevent cancellations and people that are surprised by price. So really just kind of writing all that script out, and then we'll go over it with Blake and Austin and Jared and Sergey and Chris, and we'll just kind of talk about it all, and any feedback that those guys have we'll change. I also sent over just a few things to my accountant, going over some of the P&L, and I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit more information on that. But yeah, I'm going to check in on Chris here and then probably head over to the detail shop. What's left to do? Do you think about 45 minutes? Okay. Well, I'll probably tell them an hour, and I'm gonna run over to the detail shop real quick and come right back. But
Okay. What time is it right now?
what?
What time is it right now?
It is 2:45, I believe.
Two-step on the Supra is done. We're just cleaning up polishers, washing off pads, putting everything away. Interior's 99% of the way done. Tomorrow when we get here, we've got an interior in the morning, and then we'll alcohol wipe and ceramic coat this. Might get a little more picky on this piano black here, It's kind of a weird material, but it's cleaned up. It looks a lot better than it did actually when we started. We might go over that one more time, but other than that, we're leaving the rest of this for tomorrow and we're going home.
So there's a pretty nasty booger in here. Oh, I see it.
Came off with virtually no adhesive.
Really?
So that's good. A couple spots though.
That's always such a blessing when there's no adhesive.
Yeah, not for sure.
That's actually kind of surprising because it was on there for what, like an hour?
It was on there a little bit. This is the last window I did before I moved to the front, so not that long, but
Yeah.
maybe it's because it's clear, you know, how the adhesive's not as strong.
Yeah. Well, we are going to redo that back window, and other than that, the entire car's done. There was just one little spot that we wanted to touch up, and the customer ended up not being able to, he's not going to be able to pick up until tomorrow. So we are going to finish that up, and then we'll go check in with the guys at the detail shop. All right, let's see what Austin's got going on. Did you get a haircut?
Going home.
Did you get a haircut?
Yeah. What do you think?
Have you guys been showing off what you've been doing today?
Yeah, we have. I've been questioning that car. There's a couple takes.
You've been questioning that car?
Questioning that car.
What about it?
From the DPF removal to repaint,
That's gonna have to be touched up. But that was expected. Chris was expecting that and said that some of these things we might be able to kind of push down. What?
you know, with the PPF, like I
You're
mentioned-
removing that?
I mentioned to him, you know, the ins and outs of it, but I don't feel it.
Is that paint?
Yeah. Yep. It came up. I stopped as soon as I saw it, but even then it was too late in that one spot.
You mentioned to him that it might happen? Austin? Oh, we got a new Modesta shipment. You mentioned to him that that might happen?
Yeah, it's just weird because he's like, I want it first. He kind of wants it, you know, as good as possible. So I saw the yellow PPF and I said, well, that doesn't look good, so let's take that off. And then I told him it could come off. So that paint might come off. You know, it's kind of how that goes.
So you haven't removed this one at all?
He said, well, let's hope not. And now.
So what are you gonna do?
But I want to ask Josh a question because we've been talking about it a lot, pretty much all day. Do you think? Oh, you may have just said it. Sorry if I'm saying repeating myself, but we should stop setting expectations for them. Because, like, I feel like that he didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that you're the one who mentioned the PPF. I thought he mentioned the PPF. So
Yeah, no, I mentioned it.
if he never would have mentioned the PPF, then we wouldn't be in this predicament. Or my bad, you would have never mentioned PPF because you don't think he would have, right?
Yeah, for
You kind of
We were just talking
guided
about,
him toward it.
we were just talking about PPF, and he's like, yeah, he mentioned, you know, the yellowing on PPF, which is why he didn't want it to be on exposed parts. And so I pointed out that spot.
Oh, okay. So he did bring it up.
We were just talking about,
Oh, okay.
we were talking about putting on his bumper, you know, places like that.
Yeah.
Did you paint correct around that?
We didn't even do that. I don't think they did that.
They just stayed away from it.
This, it's touched up, and the paint's feeling, you know, there.
Do you have touch-up paint?
They don't make touch-up paint for this. That's what he said.
Who said that?
This guy. That's what Sid told him too.
Did Color Vision tell you that?
Is the paint code just that old? You wouldn't even be able to get it mixed.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, I would have done the same thing Austin did. I probably would have been like, you know, just the fact that this guy is spending $2,600, it's in large part because we just talked about it, you know. We talked about the tint, and we talked about all the different things we could do to it, and you know, I just think we just didn't realize we just really weren't aware of the risks. Knowing what we know now, if we would have done it over again, we probably would tell the guy, like, yeah, we don't really want to remove that because you're going to risk peeling up the paint. But we just didn't know that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with telling this guy or anyone, like, hey, these are all the different things we can do, but we just didn't have a lot of experience with the PPF removal on a car that's almost 40 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with it either. You definitely want to always offer as many services as you can. That's not the part I'm really too concerned about. It's more so like with the PPF specifically, like the risk just isn't worth the hassle. Like the risk is just, especially with something like this. Like obviously if he's like, oh, PPF's been on there like a year or two. Yeah, sure, we can comfortably get that off. But this, I think it's inevitable. I don't think anybody could have got that PPF off without ripping paint up. There's no way.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how, you know how long I spent just on this before I got down to that? How slow I was going? 30 minutes almost, just to get to this. I was going so slow and so carefully. It wasn't until I hit here, didn't do anything differently, just steamed, slowly peeling, and it did it. It just did it without even. So, I think it would have happened regardless, personally.
But there's like paint chips here. So like we're going to live with this, but that's the end of the world. You know what I mean? So like I think that hopefully the guy's more understanding, but obviously it does look like crap now that this side's not done. It doesn't look even.
Doesn't look even. I don't think that. Yeah, no, I get that. It's like.
So basically what happened with this job is the customer brought it in. They had seen a video that we made online. Kind of wanted us to see what we could do with it, make it look shiny again. Add some window tint. So Austin just kind of rattled off all things we could do. We could do window tint, we can do a 2-step paint correction, we can ceramic coat it. And he was like, okay, cool, that all sounds good. And then Austin pointed out the PPF, the yellow PPF, and just mentioned, yeah, hey, that kind of looks bad. We can remove that. And the customer was like, yeah, that does look bad, and I would like that removed. And so Austin mentioned loosely that, like, hey, there is a risk when you're removing PPF that you can peel up paint. And the guy was like, well, yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. And well, it happened. And we were just talking about how most PPF shops probably would have told the client, hey, we are gonna peel up paint if we remove that. So either just live with it, or if you peel it up, it's gonna peel off the paint. So which one do you want? I think that most PPF shops probably would have known you can't peel up PPF on a 40-year-old vehicle without having a very high chance of peeling up the paint. And Austin just, I don't think, had that same level of understanding. We just don't do a lot of PPF jobs. We don't do any PPF jobs hardly. We've done a handful of removal jobs. We know how to remove it, but obviously, you know, it's just not as much as what probably a PPF shop would have experience-wise. So we're gonna offer him the option to have it vinyled. Just put a piece of vinyl or black PPF there, or white PPF. We can show him all the different colored PPFs from a guy that we know that does that stuff. And I don't know, we're gonna have to see if it'll even stick to that. I'll have to have Nick, who does our PPF and vinyl, I'll have to see what he thinks about it. But that's kind of the loose game plan as of now. Just be like, hey, we told you that this was a risk, and as we were peeling it up, we went as slow as we possibly could. As soon as we noticed it was starting to peel up the paint, we let it be. We're also going to ask a few people we know about touch-up paint for that. I guess everyone's told us that you can't make touch-up paint for those 1987 Supras. So we're going to ask and see, and I guess that's another thing too, another option. And yeah, I mean, if the customer's just absolutely pissed off and bummed out, and he's like, man, I can't believe it, and then, you know, we'll have to make it right. And who knows, you know, maybe we could, worst case scenario, we could just repaint this little section here that stops there. I don't know. It may end up not blending, and so who knows. I kind of getting ahead of myself, and hopefully we can figure out something in between there. But yeah, that's the issue with working on just some of these older vehicles. Like the tint was a pain in the butt to do, especially on that back glass. It was just, it's bubbling up along the defrost lines really bad. And Chris is gonna try to take a look at that tomorrow and just kind of push it down. Yeah, we got that full detail on this Jeep. I guess they just finished this thing up. Did this thing get a full detail?
Yep.
How much?
$220.
220?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a maintenance client. Yeah, this one's Rosalie. She's a maintenance client. So I guess Austin's probably gonna go ahead and take that back. But yeah, I've got a few packages I gotta open here. Guess I'll show you guys that. Well, shout out to Eric, who owns Cornerstone Auto Care, for just sending us all these products. We got some Decon soap here, interior protectant, ceramic spray, and an interior cleaner. So huge thank you to Eric for sending this stuff over, and for the kind note too. So go check out Cornerstone Auto Care products. Eric's been interacting with our content for a while now, but I called our PPF guy that also does vinyl, and he gave me a few recommendations for dealing with this. He told me to just kind of soak all this stuff in an adhesive remover and put a piece of PPF on top of it to kind of help remove the rest of it, and we'll do that on the other side as well. At this point, with the way that it's peeling and bubbling up, we're probably going to cut a little rectangle here, and then just what I'm thinking, we're gonna ask the client what he wants to do, but what I'm thinking would be best is just rip it off, cut out a piece so that it doesn't pull all the excess paint off, fill it as best as we can, and then put a piece of satin PPF over it that's in the same shape as that to kind of cover it up. But that's just one idea. Of course, if the customer ends up wanting to have the whole thing, that whole section repainted, or just apply some touch-up paint to it, as long as we can get the touch-up paint, then we'll do that. But that's kind of everything for the day. You can see that sometimes stuff happens, and this is just part of running a detailing business. But yeah, I wanted to update you guys with a few things, but I'm not gonna have time today. I've got a Bible study that I gotta go to, and so I'm not gonna have time to do that today, but hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll do that on the next video and share with you guys some things with our P&Ls for the year compared to last year, and some other really cool things I want to show you guys. So I'll do that on the next episode. Don't forget to like the video, comment, and let me know your guys' feedback, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.